everybody, and welcome back to the Thunder and Lightning Gaming News Podcast. I am Thunder.
I'm Lightning. What a title we've created.
I know, right? It's
I know we talk about it a lot.
it's
But then you put there's just so many commas and semicolons
and like asterisks.
yeah.
Like it's the Thunder and Lightning Gaming News Podcast, but it's not news about Thunder and Lightning Gaming. It's yeah. Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah. It would be great if the regular podcast wasn't called Thunder and Lightning Gaming Podcast. This would be a good podcast title had it not been for the name of the channel.
I think the
and
other
the name
one's
of our regular podcast, the
I
Thunder
think
and Lightning Gaming Podcast.
No, I think it's just the Thunder and Lightning Podcast.
Oh,
I think. I don't know. Maybe
That's good.
Maybe gaming is in there. I don't know.
yeah. Well, welcome to the show.
I think gaming is in there in the graphic, but not in the title.
Oh, okay. That would I'd believe that.
Because why would we make a new graphic?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And why would we have Brad make a new graphic?
Right. Well, welcome to the podcast where we're not talking about ourselves. We're talking about gaming.
About the 2 weeks of video games.
Yeah, and we had a pretty big week.
Yes.
First big Thunder and Light. First big Animal Crossing update in a while.
First and last.
Yeah.
So
right.
Thank you for the segue. That's what I've been playing is the new Animal Crossing stuff. And my mom put it best when she said that they tricked us into purchasing an entirely new game. Have you been playing the paid DLC at all?
I haven't played Animal Crossing in over a month, and I still haven't. I plan to.
Yeah, are you gonna dip in?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna check out the new stuff. This isn't the week to talk about this stuff. Just a lot of practicing my instrument.
Oh yeah.
This week.
Oh yeah.
So
No worries.
That's pretty much all I did this week.
No, just wondering for the sake of
no, for the sake of this
conversation.
podcast.
Yeah.
I know everything that's in it.
So yeah, so the free stuff is great. You fucking so much more storage. The island, Harv's Island, has all the people on it where you can like go visit them and like you could buy like Sahara's there all the time. You know, like you don't have to wait for her to come on your island, stuff like that.
And correct me if I'm wrong. They don't come on your island anymore. Am I right?
I believe they still do.
Oh, okay.
'Cause they
Pauline was
do
struggling to see who was on her island.
Because they do different things. Like Red has, as we all know, 4 paintings.
Yeah.
On his boat, but he only has 2 on on Harv's Island.
But it's a daily. Like he has different ones daily now, right? On Harv's.
I believe so. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but no guarantee either of them are real.
Oh no, sure, but like I like using art on my island, anyways.
I just have something with like, I don't know. It's
gotta be the real deal.
I know it's fake, so the villagers will as well. Is my is my mindset. There's also cooking. The cooking is fine. It's fun. I'm trying to find all the ingredients right now. You do that by going to special Cap'n Islands, which you can do once a day. The cafe is pointless. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but you go there, you spend 200 bells to have a coffee or whatever, and then you leave.
That's essentially what they marketed it as. It sounded like that's all it was ever gonna do.
Well, that's all it did in the last game too. I just thought like they added amiibo support, so like I put the Celeste amiibo in, and she's like, "Oh, I'm on my way. I'm bringing a friend," and it was her and Blathers, and I just chatted with them, and then I left. Like I thought I'd get like an item or a DIY or something,
some sort of incentive to do it.
Or I thought maybe the coffee would like circle back around to the cooking, and I'd get like cooking like coffee recipes. I don't know, but and then there's group stretching, which I wasn't gonna do because it seemed pretty boring. But the more group stretching you do, the more stuff you get. So says the internet.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna do that a couple more times. The paid DLC is they literally. I've said this before. The best part of Animal Crossing New Horizons, the most fun part, is decorating rooms.
Sure.
And that is what the DLC is. You're a vacation planner, and you meet a villager, and they're like, "This is my idea for a room," and they have a theme, and the theme will be like, "relaxing getaway," or like one of them was a manga writer, and she wanted a little writing nook. And they give you 3 items, and you have to use those 3 items. Other than that, everything else is open season. The way they like drip feed you like stuff that you can use in your designs is really great. You start with one customer and you only have her stuff, and then when you go to the second customer, you have all of the stuff he came with, but then you also have the last customer stuff too. So the more jobs you do, the more your collection of stuff you can put down grows, until eventually I'm assuming you have like everything. Apparently, the word on the street is that between the free and the paid DLC, there's 9,000 new items in the game.
Wow.
Which is just crazy. And I've seen a few of them. I haven't been keeping track, but I've probably seen like 200 new items through the paid DLC. I think it's called Happy Home Paradise. And there's some cool stuff. The other day I got a monitor, a stage monitor.
Yeah. Oh, a monitor. So like not an amp. You got a monitor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. They're getting specific. Like I got one of those like tube things that would vent like a professional kitchen.
Oh, okay.
There's and you can hang stuff from the ceiling now, which is absolutely broken. I love it so much. If you go into first-person camera mode and look up, they actually rendered a ceiling.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's cool. Because I know you were, like, not certain about the ceiling hanging stuff.
No, I thought it was going to look bad, and I thought based on the video, it looked like it didn't control very well. It controls fine. There's, like, a grid. If you turn all the lights off, you can see the grid perfectly. And what I'm really liking about this new update, I don't know if this was a thing before, it probably was, but all the lights, like, work. Like, I made a restaurant, and you've been to a restaurant, all the fucking lights are off, and they have, like, one light right above your table. So I did that, and it looks amazing. It looks just like a regular restaurant.
So they all cast light.
Yeah, the lights, like, actually work.
That's cool.
Like, they're not all lights, right? Like, there's a ceiling fan and stuff like that. But all the things that light up, like, actually light the room up, which is cool. But no, I'm having a blast with it. So eventually you build a school. She's like, this used to be a school. Build it. I was like, okay. So I built a school, and they were like, that's neat. Good job. And I was like, oh, yeah, that was it, I guess. Next day I show up. Leaf is on my DLC island. And I talked to him. Because I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? You want a vacation house? And he was like, hey, I'm supposed to give a lecture at the school. Not sure where it is. Could you show me where it is? And I said, yes. And it, loading screen, I'm at the school now. He's giving a presentation on hybrid flowers. And now every hybrid flower that I've ever grown, I can use them in vacation planning designs.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah. So it seems like the facilities, like, unlock more stuff to do. It just kind of circles back around to like you did this, so you're gonna get more stuff, so you can, there's a grid of houses you can choose from. There's 49 locations, and even when you fill those up, you're not like, you can kick people out and like be like, oh, I want this plot of land for this new character.
You're essentially running a second island, but you don't live on it. You're
running a second island that is only decorating. You can decorate outside, inside. You can make the house bigger, as big as you want. Yeah, it's a second island completely. It's an archipelago because it's like a bunch of different islands, which is cool because they've got like, there's a desert island and there's an ice island and there's like one that's always fall. But even if you pick a location that you like and it's fall, but the person wants summer, you can just turn it summer.
Oh, that's cool.
You can just change the time and season of the location. So if you're like me and you're playing at 1:30 at night, you can work in the sun because it doesn't matter. You could just change it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm really starting to, money-wise, right, financially-wise, I started playing and I was like, I'm having fun, but is this it? And I'm starting to really feel the price I paid. I'm starting to really like, oh, this is worth $25. This is $25 worth of stuff. I get the price point now, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that. It's only been about, at the time we're recording this, it's been about 3 days. I think
that sounds
I think
right.
the paid DLC has been out for 3 starting today, so I've only been
2
playing
days.
it for about 2.
Came out the 5th.
Yeah.
Today's the 7th.
Today's the 7th. So this is day 3.
Oh yeah, I guess that is how that would work.
So I haven't played it today, obviously, because we're doing channel stuff. But yeah, I've been really liking it. And if I may transition to this thing, I found an article that I wanted to read.
Sure.
Part of the news segment. I know we're kind of going out of order, but I thought since we're talking about Animal Crossing, IGN has an article, and it's called Surprise New Features in the 2.0 update. So this is stuff that is different now in the update that they didn't really advertise. And a lot of it I didn't know, so I'm just going to go through real quick. So moving houses now costs less. I don't know anyone that is going to move a house now recently, but Isabella now announces when you have a visitor. So if Sahara's there, she'll be like, "Oh, Sahara's here." Leaf now sells produce starts. This we kind of already knew. This is part of the cooking thing. You can go to him and you'll find, like, he won't sell tomatoes, but he'll sell, like, tomato seeds, and then you go grow them.
Okay.
Cooking recipes can come in messages in a bottle instead of just DIYs. This is something that I actually found out on my own, which is really cool. You can learn new fish recipes by catching fish. So I caught a sea bass the other day, and my character was like, "Oh, I've come up with a new recipe, sea bass pie."
Oh, wow. Disgusting.
yeah. You can clap to KK Slider songs. No one gives
Hold
a
on.
shit. Yeah?
So this just clicked with me.
Yeah.
They've officially, canonically, you are killing fish in this game.
Yeah, you're cooking them and eating them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do they go from live fish to now you're cooking with them?
What do you mean?
You got a live fish,
Yeah.
and then you're cooking with it.
Yeah.
Live fish,
Yeah.
and then you cook it.
Where's the confusion? This is something you could do in real life, too, is cook a live fish.
No, I know, but you have to kill it first.
Oh, okay.
So you have a live fish,
Yeah.
and then you cook it.
So I guess part 1A, part 1B is kill it.
But what do they do? What I'm asking is, like,
It's just
where
a
do you
DIY.
go?
It's just a DIY.
So you just, like,
you just click
fish
a button.
item, tomato item, and I assume it's similar to, like, when you're crafting something. It's just like a smoke
identical
ball.
to when you're yeah.
Okay.
It's so for sea bass pie, it'll be like 2 wheat and sea bass, and you have them in your inventory, and then they do the little thing, and then here's the dish.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. There's 4 new photo filters. There are new Nook milestones. Every house shape has its own sidings and roof. There's a lot of more house customizations. You now get posters for finishing parts of the museum. So there's 5 posters, and essentially the poster has just one of everything. So if you have all the bugs, you have a poster with every bug on it.
Oh, wow.
And there's one of those for all of them: bugs, fish, artwork, fossils, and undersea, diving things.
Sure.
Whatever you call those. You can now scroll through items by type when decorating. So if you're in, you know how when it's like, and now you're in like decorate mode in your house? If you then go to your storage, you can, instead of, you can cycle through by type. So it's like chairs, tables.
That's cool.
And then we've got rugs now tell you their dimensions. So if you see a rug in your inventory and you're like, I bet that's huge, and it's super small, it'll tell you exactly how many squares it'll take up.
Oh, nice.
Before you even put it down. Cyrus can customize almost any leaf item. We sort of knew about this, but we didn't know the caliber at which this happened. So Reese and Cyrus, the alpacas, the alpaca couple from Wedding Month, they are on Harv's Island now, and you can pay bells. I think it's I think it's 1,000 each project, but you can essentially change anything you want. So if you have an item, like I got a rubber duck, but it was blue. So I took it to my DIY bench, and it wouldn't let me do it. So I took it to him, and he let me do it. I turned it yellow.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then, of course, one thing leads to another. Take that duck, go to Cyrus, pay like $7,000 to have him change it to every single color, and then you could just go buy them from your catalog.
Oh,
if you want one of each.
Yeah. That's cool.
So you can, we know about the ATM. You can access your bells from outside your house.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're on someone else's island, if I go to your island and I go to the ATM, it'll be my money.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't have to leave islands to go get more money. That's awesome.
Yeah, I could just use your ATM.
That makes sense.
You get rewards for doing group stretches. I talked about that before. There's a new donation box item. No one knows what it does. You can put money in it, but that's about it. New postcards at the airport. Nook tips also appear on the loading screen. And then that's it. But there's a secret one that I learned. So Katrina, the fortune teller, a character who also notoriously has done pretty much nothing in the past, she has 2 options now. She says, tell me about my future, which near as I can tell is total bullshit. But then she has tell me about friendship. And the way that works is you pay 1,000 bells. You pick which villager in your town you want to know about. And she'll give you a vague answer. Like, she'll be like, you guys are perfect. Or you guys could use some work, But then she's like, for an additional 10,000, I could give you a friendship booster.
Oh.
So you can literally buy, like, if you're someone like my mom who's desperately trying to get the photos of all of their villagers, which, as you know, you can only do by befriending them and, like, just fucking take my shit.
Right.
and they're like, oh, thanks. The 9th piece of trash you've given me this week. Here's a shirt.
Right.
And it's like, just love me. You can, at least in a kind of indirect way, you can hurry that along with Katrina.
That's cool.
Which I thought was neat, and I didn't see anyone else talking about it, so you heard it here first. Do you want me to move on to other news, or did you have a game that you've been playing that you wanted to talk about? You kind of alluded to the fact that you already had a kind of a busy week.
Well, I didn't have a game in mind, but I did want to talk about on this podcast, because this is a podcast talk about it. We are officially affiliates over on Twitch.
Yeah.
So we now have all the cool little Twitch things that you can do with other, professional, semi-professional streamers.
Emotes incoming. We got
emotes incoming. Yep.
You can sub. You can guarantee no ads. I'm not sure if they're running ads on our channel yet.
They are. They are.
Oh, fantastic! So no ads if you subscribe. But also, like Henry said in his video yesterday, no obligation to subscribe.
No,
if
you can still follow.
Yeah, following is free. You'll get the occasional ad and stuff like that. But also Channel Point. We worked like for an hour the other day on some neat little Channel Point goals.
So go force us to be trained monkeys and do whatever you want us to do. Channel Points are free.
Yes.
I don't even think you have to follow to get channel points.
No, but you have to follow.
Oh, you have to follow.
Subscribe.
Okay, you don't have to subscribe.
But if you do subscribe, you get a significant boost. You get multipliers. You get a lump sum of, I think, 300 when you subscribe.
So if you're a fan of this podcast, only know us from YouTube, please be sure to go check out Twitch. Please be sure to follow us. And if you feel so obliged, to subscribe. Yeah.
We have a new link. The new link will be in the description, but we do have a new link. Our channel is no longer my old username from back when I was a wee lad. Our username is Thunder and Lightning Gaming. Who knew? That's what they'd pick.
So link in the description of this video right here that you are currently listening to.
Yeah. Yes. News?
Sure.
Okay. So you and I talked about this a bit on our own without an audience, but we must talk about it on here.
Uh-oh. Let
me just find it. I thought it was, maybe it's in downloads. Hold on. There it is. I found it. Okay. So we all know about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes.
The Nickelodeon Smash Brothers game that I bought and played once.
I believe it's
and
called Nickelodeon Smash Ultimate.
You'd think, but they didn't go that far because they know it's not as good. But it was never going to be. There's a Warner Brothers one that was leaked.
Right.
And I just want to, you and I have already done this, but I really just want to talk about the iconography of this character select screen because it's absolutely whack. So right up top, a bold move that I respect. We've got an original character. It's like a dragon with antlers thing. He's actually kind of cute. I like looking at him. I've seen fighting games do this before. It'll be like a big crossover between Marvel and Capcom, and it's like, what's this character from? It's like, this character's from this game. This is their first appearance, and it's like, oh, interesting. So that's kind of what they're doing with this. I can only assume.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 DC characters. We've got Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Harley Quinn. I can only assume that this roster is not finalized, but no other franchise even has 3 representatives, and DC has 4, which makes sense. It's been around for a long time. I don't know if I agree with who they picked. Superman and Batman make sense to me.
Right.
And I do appreciate woman representation, and I know Harley Quinn is my favorite character, but, like, is that really... I don't know. I feel like Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, yes. And then they were like, we need a 4th one. I feel like my mind goes to someone like Green Lantern or Aquaman or somebody.
Or if they want a villain, Joker.
Or if they want a villain, Joker. Yeah, I don't know. I love Harley Quinn. I'm glad she's in the game. I'm sure she's going to play great.
I mean, it really... They're trying to push Harley Quinn as much as they can.
Yeah.
In any way they can.
Yeah. And listen, I don't mind. I'm sitting here.
I hear you.
I don't mind. Definitely. I'm just I'm looking at this as if through the eyes of the person who chose these characters, and I'm looking at some of them, and I'm like, why this one? And Harley Quinn's one of them, because it's not a DC fighting game with other characters. It's a Warner Brothers fighting game.
Right.
So then we've got Steven Universe. Didn't even know. I guess Cartoon Network is Warner Brothers, I guess.
Well, I'm starting to figure that out. If Adult Swim with Rick and Morty is Warner Brothers, then I suppose Cartoon Network must be as well.
Yeah. Right, because Cartoon Network is Adult Swim, right? They own Adult Swim?
Yeah.
So we've got Steven Universe, and then we've got Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. I always assumed that if they were in a game, they'd be a duo. I don't really watch that show, so I don't know. I don't know. We've got Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, which is there just for the meme.
For the meme, yeah.
We've got Tom and Jerry, one character.
Shaggy would never fight anybody, ever.
No, there is that one movie. I don't know what it's called, but one of the Scooby-Doo movies, he, takes, a courage serum, and he, beats a bunch of people up.
Oh, was that in the courage one?
No.
Did that happen? Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
He takes, a bravery potion.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm going to fuck people up. He doesn't say that, but that's what he does. He gets into, a bar fight and, totally wins. Tom and Jerry, one character. Don't know why we're still pushing Tom and Jerry. They're such old characters. And, listen, Bugs Bunny is on this roster, too. Bugs Bunny, I feel like, has stood the test of time, like Mickey Mouse and Mario. But Tom and Jerry, I just don't know why. What did Tom and Jerry do recently? They had a failed live-action movie that everyone disliked. And then we do have Rick from Rick and Morty. You'd think they'd have both of them, but like I said, this is probably not a finalized roster. And then out of nowhere, from downtown, we've got Gandalf the Grey from Lord of the Rings.
I was waiting for the Gandalf reveal.
Yeah,
which means Warner Brothers has Lord of the Rings then, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, did they always?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Does Warner Brothers own New Line Cinema? Maybe. Who knows? Because I know that Amazon is getting a Lord of the Rings show, right?
Yeah.
But Amazon isn't Warner Brothers.
No, Amazon is Amazon. Amazon buys other people out.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Very and like, listen, I'm not an idiot. I'm looking at this roster, and I think 100% of these characters were in Lego Dimension. I don't know. I don't know. Here's a question though. Who do you want? Who's Chris's like gotta be in the game character? Because there's quite a few missing, I'd say.
I mean, if I can be real, just because it's a Waluigi type of situation. It's never gonna happen.
Okay.
Especially with the recent endeavors.
Okay.
It'll never happen. I want Michael Jordan
I knew
of
you were
Space
gonna
Jam
I knew
to
you
be
were
in
gonna
this
say
fighting
that.
game.
Well, they wouldn't do that.
No, they
solely.
do Kobe Bryant. Not Kobe Bryant. Oh God, LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I don't do the sporty balls.
You're like, could Michael Jordan be in the game? And post New Legacy, I'd be like, maybe. That seems just wacky enough. But now if they're going to do a Space Jam rep, it's going to be LeBron.
It would be cool if Michael Jordan was a skin, though, right?
I don't think that...
This game's getting skins?
No, it definitely is based on what I'm seeing. But I don't think that LeBron would like that.
Well, he can get over himself. His
I'm
bullshit New Legacy is based off of a movie that Michael Jordan set off.
No, I get it. But that's not how he's going to see it. If they want to put me in a fighting game and they're like, oh, there's going to be a Markiplier skin, just to pick another YouTuber, I would not like that because people are going to play as Markiplier more than they're going to play as me, you know? And people are definitely going to play as Michael Jordan more than they're going to play as LeBron James. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think LeBron James is going to see that and be like, nah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I don't think I'd mind if I made it to a video game and they were like, by the way, you're in the YouTuber slot. We're going to put other YouTubers in this slot. I think I'd be like, yeah, all right. I made it. But no, I mean, I guess I don't have the ego of King James.
Right.
So. Right.
Which is his actual Twitter handle, I guess. I don't know. That movie was a fever dream. But it's a fever dream you should watch if you haven't seen it. I was going to say Space Ghost.
Oh, yeah, he is technically up in there, huh? Well,
because Space Ghost, and this is not a bad thing, Space Ghost has been a joke for the past 30 years.
Yeah.
And I feel like this fighting game would be a good opportunity to be like, remember he was an actual superhero?
Well, that's the thing. Do you have Space Ghost of Space Ghost Coast to Coast, or do you have Space Ghost the actual superhero?
No, I want Space Ghost in all his 1950s glory or whatever the fuck. I want old cartoon superhero Space Ghost.
See, I don't think you'd get it. I feel similar to the Michael Jordan situation. I think Warner Brothers would be like, "Oh yeah, we recall when we bought Space Ghost. Yeah, we did this with him. This is what Space Ghost is."
So does he fight zero crime in Cartoon Planet and like allude to fighting crime?
I know nothing about Cartoon Planet. Absolutely nothing. In Space Ghost Coast to Coast, he is a talk show host.
So there's no like, does he ever like, back in my day when I was fighting crime?
I think there is. I don't know the lore behind it though. I don't know if it's like if they go a Family Guy route where it's like it's all an act.
Right.
Or Muppets. Actually, Muppets is a better example of that, where it's like every time you've ever seen me, it's been in front of a camera and I'm aware of it.
Yeah. Oh, Space Ghost is an actor who never had superpowers.
I don't know any bit of the lore. That could be the case.
That could be the case.
It could be just that, hey, we bought Space Ghost and we made him do this.
Yeah.
But he still knows that he used to be a superhero. I have no clue.
Yeah.
He certainly thinks he's a superhero. He does the whole, like, he's going to shoot somebody.
Yeah,
The old Buzz Lightyear.
The Buzz Lightyear, I was
thing.
going to say, yeah, the Buzz Lightyear. No, I don't know. I'm just looking at this and, like, I don't know, man. Definitely more Looney Tunes and Scooby-Doo characters should be up in there.
Sure.
I don't see why Flintstones couldn't be, or
no, yeah, if you're going
Yogi,
Hanna-Barbera.
or Animaniacs even.
Oh, yeah. Why didn't you say them?
because I think Space Ghost would be better in a fighting game.
Okay.
Just like how, if that leak is to be believed, I will never get my dream character for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which is the Crimson Chin. But, you know, we're getting Vlad Plasmius, so I'll just play him. We should play that game just to say we did.
Oh yeah.
One
day when we're hanging out and it's an off week, it's a weird week. Let's throw it in.
Fucking, if those leaks are to be believed, fucking goddamn Garfield's gonna be in that game. I'm so hype. Let's talk about censorship. So, moving on to our next story. There's a game. Okay, let me start all the way at the beginning. There's a publisher called East Asia Soft. One word.
Okay.
East Asia Soft. I recently found this company. I absolutely love them. They make shooters, like not first-person shooters, like space shooters, like Galaga and Star Fox and stuff like that. And I love those types of games, and they make some of the best ones I've ever played. And they are clearly not. It's clearly not a developer. It's clearly a publishing company, because a lot of their games are not shooters. Like, a lot of them are shooters, but then some of them are like a random thing where you're like, oh, you just sort of like licensed this game. So one of their most recent games is called 20 Ladies.
Oh.
Just showing off their latest take on the, quote, girls wearing uncomfortably tight underwear genre. 20 Ladies is in which you compete simple platforming puzzles to gather up the lost ladies, and the ladies get naked, and for some reason, maybe they're... okay, yeah. So, it's a game with nudity in it. It's a game where you're playing a platformer, and your reward is pictures of naked ladies. This is not the first game like this they've done. This is not the first game like this to exist.
I feel like this is a phone app.
No. This is a game for PS4 and Switch. But what's interesting is that...
Nintendo allowed it?
But Sony did not. Nintendo has this nudie, naked girl game called 20 Ladies. But Sony made them censor this game so much that it's a different game called 20 Bunnies, where you're rescuing cute bunny characters that do not get naked.
Huh.
And it's like, it really feels like we've gone complete full circle. Like, you hear about Mortal Kombat and how, like, Nintendo needed, like, Nintendo needed green blood, right? And everyone else had red blood or something like that. I just feel like Nintendo's the one that had they're notoriously been like
ones for the little kids.
Right. No, but the Switch, and this is not really dig. This is almost sort of the opposite. Nintendo's the Switch has sort of become the Wild West of weird indie games. And the Wii U was this to an extent, but it was like the Wii U had such a stinted library because no one wanted to put their games on it. Now that we have the Switch, which is just a fucking video game console, and everyone wants their game on it, even if you're fucking Bethesda or 2K, it's like there's a lot of this, you know? There's a lot of weird games like this. Not, you know, when I say games like this, I don't mean naked, I mean indie. And it's so funny to me that Sony was like, no. We want you to reprogram the whole game in order for it to be on the PS Store. But Nintendo's just like, boobies? Yeah, bring it on.
I think Nintendo's running off the high of they've been your grandma's first choice at a video game console for the grandkids for 30 years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're, you know, I'm going to use this term based off of what we're talking about. They're the new cute girl in class all of a sudden again, and everybody wants to get in touch with Nintendo, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do whatever you want.
So the Wii and the Wii U were a very long extended summer break between middle school and high school. And now that we're starting high school with the Switch, she's got her braces off. She got contacts. A beautiful analogy. A flawless analogy.
No, but do you know what I mean? Do you know
I know
what
exactly what you mean. I'm not being sarcastic.
Oh, all right. Okay.
That was a great thing you said on our podcast.
Gee, thanks.
Does it always sound like I'm being sarcastic?
Because
I
said a silly thing and you liked it a lot, so I was I don't know. Maybe it was too silly.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was great. This week, probably the biggest piece of news is we got a 20-minute long gameplay presentation of Elden Ring.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
I've watched it twice, and maybe I'm late to this news. Maybe we already knew that this was the case, but it is for the first time, a full-fledged open-world Dark Souls game. So, for those of you who don't know, Elden Ring is being developed by the people who make Dark Souls. So it is, for all intents and purposes, the next Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Dark Souls in there. The combat was completely familiar. You know, a lot of the animations, a lot of the fighting was stuff I'd already seen. But there was some fighting that I never thought I'd seen in a Dark Souls game. And there were some mechanics that I never thought I'd seen in a Dark Souls game. Guy got on a horse, and then he opened up his map.
Oh.
Those are not things that you do in Dark Souls games. Dark Souls games do not have a map. They're like fucking figure it out on your own. But this one's open world. So it has a normal-ass open world map where you can put beacons and markers and, you know, set objectives that you can go follow. He jumps off a cliff. His horse does a double jump. And then he's just going. Usually Dark Souls is like very level-based, and it's like, you know, strict linear hallways with like, if you want to get to this room, you have to go through this hallway, and there's 3 skeletons in this hallway. And if you die, you're going to go back, and you're going to have to kill these 3 skeletons again.
Yeah.
That's simply not the case with this one. There is dungeons in the form of these like big, huge castles that they were showing off, which do look like traditional Dark Souls levels. But the overworld is just that. It's an overworld. This person was riding along on horseback. There was like something happening that I'm sure if they interacted with it, it would be a tough combat situation. But they just rode right past it.
Kind of like a Red Dead situation.
Yeah, but it's Dark Souls.
Yeah.
It sort of,
or a GTA or something.
Well, I feel like there's a difference between GTA and like Skyrim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I'll give you that. Sure.
Or Fallout 4.
I think Red Dead was a good example. Maybe not even Red Dead 1, but Red Dead 2. It's what you're describing to me sounds a lot like Red Dead 2.
Yeah. It's just imagine Dark Souls, and you're playing Dark Souls, and all the buttons are familiar to you because it is Dark Souls that you're playing, but it's open world, and there's like the exploration of a Skyrim, or perhaps, dare I say, a Breath of the Wild. And then, like, in Dark Souls, because I know you've technically never played one, there's these things called fog doors. And the way they work is you're going through a level, you get through enough level, you get through to a fog door. And the fog door is like a decision. You're like, am I going to go through this? And when you do go through it, you're trapped in a room with a boss, and you have to fight that boss. And if you die, you're going to go back to the bonfire, you're going to make your way back to that fog door, and you're going to try the boss again. This guy was riding his horse through a field, came to like a little lake, like a little you can walk through it lake, and all of a sudden, a big, huge fucking dragon comes down right there, starts fighting the dude, and now we're just in a boss fight.
Oh, wow.
This
game sounds like it kicks ass. This game sounds like it was made
dude.
for me.
This
is the type of games that I love. I love open world games with random encounters and stuff.
You should play a Dark Souls game first. You should get down on Dark Souls 3. I know it's the third one. The story doesn't matter. I think 3 is a good entry level. Like, oh, this is what Dark Souls is about. Just so you can get used to like the controls and like what a Dark Souls game should be like. Because you're right, this game looks like it's gonna like absolutely rip out. Like, have you ever seen a game where you're like, this game comes out February 25th. It got delayed a month. This game's going to come out February 25th. Have you ever seen a game where you're watching trailers of it? Maybe it's the E3 demo, and you're just like, I don't know what year this is coming out, but this is game of the year.
Oh, I'm trying to think of. I know what you're talking about.
That's the feeling I got. I was watching this like extended, and you know me, dog. I do not like extended gameplay demos. I just want a short little like, here's what you can expect. Here's some combat. Here's the release date. Go buy it. But I was like locked. I've watched this whole 20-minute video twice because I wanted to watch it with my dad, and I wanted to see if I could see new stuff on the second watch through, and I did. I was like I was like, this is like, they say Elden Ring's coming out. It gets delayed. It's it's in development hell. Who knows when it's coming out? George R.R. Martin's name is now attached to it, and you're like, it's just gonna be Dark Souls though. Like, it's gonna be real fun. I'm gonna buy it, but like, Dark Souls games are never Game of the Year territory because they're always the same thing.
Right.
It's you know what to expect when you're playing a game called Dark Souls.
Right.
But this game is not called Dark Souls. It's called Elden Ring, right? And I didn't realize, and like I said, maybe I'm late to this news, but I did not realize that meant we're going to try open world and we're going to absolutely crush it. In addition to that, there was some small things, like there was some like spells that I just like, the caliber of which I'd never seen in a Dark Souls game. And it makes sense because it's open world now. The chance, when you're in Dark Souls and you fight like 1 or 2 people at a time. If you have to fight 3 or more at a time, you're either at the end of the game and it's supposed to be really hard, or you fucked up and you aggroed way too many enemies and you should just die and start over.
Yeah.
But in an open world game, it's more likely that stuff like that is going to happen. So you need these big Final Fantasy-like spell attacks.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the dude shoot a laser beam. I saw the dude open up the sky and arrows fell from it. Just these like really crazy like big set piece spells that are not typically in Dark Souls, or if they are, they use like an entire bar of like fully leveled up magic, right? And then this guy rolls up on a castle and he's like, here's a dungeon. It was kind of narrated by this dude. And he was like, here's a dungeon. It's more like the old ones, whatever. And then he did get to a boss. He got to a fog door and he went inside. There was a cutscene. There was a whole boss. And he was like, he was explaining lore that we're not supposed to know yet. But he was like, this is one of the demigods. Here's its name. And you have to fight it to do this. So it's, I don't know. It's almost like there's a traditional Dark Souls game in there.
Yeah.
But the overworld, where you're probably going to be spending most of your time, is like Dark Souls plus overworld. I don't know how else to say it. I'm really excited for it. I think that's all I have to say about it.
All right.
It looks really good.
How are we doing for time?
We're at 43 minutes.
Okay. Want to do our little game?
I do,
and
yeah.
then we'll call it a podcast?
Yeah, totally. Oh, sorry. I forgot to do this last time. Let me just do this real quick before we do our game. These are the releases that I always do. So October 12th, this is kind of the only one I forgot. We saw the release of Back 4 Blood. It's a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. October 22nd saw the Dark Picture Anthologies House of Ashes, which is the new installment in the Dark Picture Anthologies. And they said there was going to be 8 of them, and they released a trailer for the 4th one, and it's called, like, End of Season 1 or something. So they're clearly, like, they have an idea of what they want to do, which is cool. October 25th saw the release of the new Guardians of the Galaxies game.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't played it yet. Going to, for sure, for my Game of the Year video.
Be a cool one to do on the channel.
Maybe. I kind of want to just, like...
Oh, no, I mean, you play through it. You play like we did with Miles Morales. You play through it, and, like, if you're feeling it, I'd be down to do that.
Word on the street is it's absolutely incredible.
Awesome.
October 28th saw the release of Voice of Cards, which is the new Yoko Taro game. It looks very fun. I've not bought it yet, but I will. Same thing goes for October 29th with the release of Mario Party Superstars. Very excited for that game. I could buy it, but I haven't yet. It's a little thing called Animal Crossing. And now, if this is your first time listening to our video game podcast, welcome. This is something we do where we make a video game.
By the way, this little segment, Speaking of channel points on Twitch, like we were talking about earlier, you can force us to do this live on Twitch.
If you like this segment and you want to see us do it more, first of all, we have 11 past episodes where we did this, but also you just come hit us up on Twitch and watch
Earn those
long
channel
enough
points and
Yeah.
spend them on making us do this. Wait till we're at like a really hard part and then spend the points.
Yeah. Okay, Chris.
That's me.
Pick a number between 1 and 23.
17. Trying to think of numbers we haven't done yet.
17 we
We've
literally
done?
did last episode.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
18.
18. We have not done 18.
Oh, you know what? Pauline picked 17 last time. I picked the second number.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense why you wouldn't remember that.
Yeah.
Now pick a number 1 to 50.
32. He's looking.
Nope.
We've picked it?
Yep.
Jesus. 31.
31.
31.
Oh, no.
Oh, this keeps happening.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, 18 was Party Game.
Okay.
Like Mario Party or perhaps maybe Dance Dance Revolution or something like that.
Okay, all right.
Unfortunately, though, 31 was your favorite president and mine, Abraham Lincoln.
Party game based around Abraham Lincoln.
16th president, Abraham Lincoln.
16th president.
I believe that's
Abraham
correct.
Lincoln.
You're the history minor.
Yeah, no, that sounds good to me.
You heard it here, folks. History minor said it, so it's canon.
Okay.
So
I
obviously,
have one horrendous thought, but it's horrendous.
Okay.
Let me just say how awful of an idea this is first, before I actually give you the concept.
Okay.
I apologize in advance as well. For
Okay.
this concept that I am about to lay on this podcast.
Okay.
It's like One Night Ultimate Werewolf, right?
Okay.
But it's a murder mystery game.
Okay.
And we're trying to figure out who amongst the people who are at the theater could have been the. Let's assume that Wilkes didn't jump off the balcony. Let's assume he kind of. This is like an alternate universe type of situation.
Alternate history type thing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he did it. He was real sly about it, but they locked the doors and everybody's in the theater. And now we have to, one person's the murderer, and we have to try and figure out who did it. It's kind of like Clue. It's kind of a little bit of One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
Was this your bad one? Was this the one you were hyping up to be bad?
Oh, it's about his death. He did so many things.
That sounds awesome, though.
Okay. All right, you want to go with it?
I mean, my only thought was, when I think of party game, I immediately think of Mario Party. But you're right, Jackbox is also party games.
Yeah.
Um,
When you said that, my thought immediately went to Jackbox.
my problem was picking playable characters because you can't have.
I think I just.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Where my head was at was like, well, Abraham Lincoln's going to be a playable character. There aren't many variations of him. Maybe young, old, and vampire hunter, just to round out the cast, and then from there, I guess his wife and his kids. Maybe I don't know, but I like that better. You're not playing. So, do we want fictional characters like Miss Scarlet and one of them's John Wilkes Booth, or do we want like everyone's on your phone? You're playing you. You're playing your username. Do we want to make this a Jackbox?
Oh, you know what? I think that would be less offensive.
Yeah.
If it wasn't real people.
Yeah.
The only real person is Abraham. This game's
Right.
going to be offensive, but we could make it less offensive.
I mean, it's going to be offensive to a bunch of dead people because Abraham
No,
Lincoln
yeah,
was
but
alive.
still, it's disrespectful. But, whatever. People do whatever to make money these days.
I was correct, by the way. He was the 16th president.
Yeah. No, I knew it. Yeah.
I just wanted a fact check.
Okay.
I got a thing right for once.
So I think you nailed it. I think this is a Jackbox-style game, which for those who don't know what Jackbox is party packs. Every game is a multiplayer game. You buy them on your console, You go on your phone. You go to
None
the
of them
internet
are
on
one
your phone.
player.
None of them are one player. You go to the internet on your phone, and now everybody's playing via their phone and
Yeah.
the TV screen.
So you have prompts on your phone, stuff that everyone sees on the TV,
Which is perfect for a murder mystery game.
yes. They actually just made
Did it.
a
yeah.
Jackbox murder mystery game,
Which is very convoluted. I feel like they could have done an easy murder mystery game to start. There's a lot of rules involved in the one they did. I think it's a little too conceptual for what we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
For what we're doing.
Yeah, I think that Weapons Drawn is definitely their most involved, like rules-based game. So much so that we've never actually finished it because it keeps crashing.
It's a good point.
Not many people remember this, but Jackbox Party Pack is actually like a subsidiary of You Don't Know Jack. You Don't Know Jack was like an old, it was a collection of Xbox games where it was the same game show each time, but the packs were just more questions.
Oh, okay.
And it was essentially the same thing, except it was more like they didn't have phone connectivity, so it was more like couch co-op.
Yeah.
Like you and I are just going to sit down and play, but we have to be in the same room.
So, oh my God, sorry, the world we live in, we could be playing a Jackbox. You're right, we could be playing a Jackbox game in our separate houses, FaceTime each other while we played our Jackbox game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We could play Jackbox games with Twitch chat. People do that.
Yeah, no, that would be a cool thing to do.
Because they don't have to own the game, because we own it. They just need the room code.
Right.
And then they see the prompt on the stream.
We should do that.
Sure. We need more viewers.
Yeah, well, I know one person who'd want to play. Anyways, okay, back to this game. We're making this game.
So,
the concept is about where I fall flat. Beyond that, well, no, I mean the concept I did well. Beyond that, I fall flat.
Mechanics is where
Mechanics
you fall flat.
is where I'm falling flat.
So,
I need you to step in here.
Yeah. So here's how I'm seeing it. Every game starts with his unquestionable murder.
Sorry, I scared the cat.
Oh, it's everything scares her. So it's fine. Yeah. Game starts with a little vignette about his untimely death. Which, by the way, in history, he did not actually die when he was shot.
No, I know. He died 2 days later.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up.
Right. It's also kind of, it sucks that he got shot, obviously, but it is cool that they were able to be like, this is who shot you before he died.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I don't know if he comprehended any information, but yeah.
Right, but it's just the concept of I'll never know who killed me, except Abraham Lincoln does know who killed him.
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy will never know who killed him.
We may never know who killed him.
We probably will never. Well, no, it was
John Wilkes Booth.
It was the comedian from Watchmen. It was Number 5 from Umbrella Academy. It was Doctor Who.
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
every sci-fi thing that involves time travel is and this is who killed John F. Kennedy. It's one of our characters.
John Wilkes Booth, guy who killed Lincoln.
Yes.
Who killed Kennedy? Killed Kennedy.
His name was Lee
Harvey
Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald. Right. Not important.
Not important. No, not to our video game. So okay.
Mechanics.
Game starts out. He's dead.
Boom.
And then the fucking announcer. I'm thinking literally a Jackbox game now. So I think the announcer comes in and is like, "Well, the doors are locked. It could be anyone here." And you don't pick characters because you have your Jackbox username, or whatever. And then from there, I don't think it's literally One Night Ultimate Werewolf, but I do think One Night Ultimate Werewolf is the closest approximation we have to
this game,
to the mechanics that we would eventually end up on this game. I think we need
someone who saw something, someone who saw nothing, someone who's so confused they don't know what's going on.
Right. Yeah, I think we need roles for sure. And maybe one of the roles could be the wife.
Sure.
She could be the confused, you're playing the wife, so you're going to be no help this round, something like that. Because there's characters like that in Werewolf, in One Night Ultimate Werewolf, it's the drunk.
Right.
Who just does.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely have, stereotypical, people of the time, and you're the fool, and you're the well-mannered one, and you're the one who knows a little more than they should. And
could I maybe bring another mechanic into this?
yeah.
And I even want this graphically, too. I think this would be cool. And just kind of the game setup. Return of the Obra Dinn.
What about it?
How you kind of see glimpses in time. And, like, how there's, like, cutaways.
Oh. Okay, so are you thinking,
to kind of
like...
help progress the story?
Are you thinking, like, every round there's, like... Okay. Using that framework, the framework of how information is drip-fed to you in the Return of the Obra Dinn, a Lucas Pope game, that we've played maybe 3 or 4 times on this channel. No, it was twice.
Pauline has the third-place world record
yeah.
in that game.
Yes, she does. Each round... So let me back it up real quick. The actual gameplay, each round is problem solving. You know, you have a little discussion, maybe information is revealed, and then you vote on who you think it is, right?
Yeah.
If you're wrong, game keeps going. In between rounds, using the framework of the way that information is delivered to you in Return of the Obra Dinn, you get more info. The whole group gets a little bit more info on what's happening. And maybe one of the people, because of their specific role, already knew this. But we use the TV in this scenario rather than the phone to show, like, here's a new clue. Like, here's a weapon we found, or, like, something like that. Maybe this will help, you know, move things forward, you know. I think this even has... if we can go a little more in the clue direction for this part, I think this could even have, like, there's a certain amount of weapons, but rather than you using clue process of elimination, it's like you have a weapon right now, but no one knows what it is.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I mean, one thing I would want to keep at the end of the day is that it was a gun.
Right.
But it would be cool if it was like we don't know who has what.
That's the thing. Yeah, we don't know. Okay, because
maybe
I
people
forgot.
have 2 as well.
Right, because I forgot it has to be a gun. So maybe there's the person who has the gun.Maybe there's a person who just so happens to have a gun, but didn't shoot him, and then everyone else.
I think somebody
has,
could have 2 things. Somebody could have a knife and a gun. You know, like there could maybe the killer has a knife and a gun. It's his turn to show his weapon. He chooses the knife.
Right.
So everybody thinks he only has the knife.
Yeah. No, I like this. I like. Wow. I was very worried. I was imagining Abraham Lincoln jumping from square to square, playing a Mario Party minigame. I'm happy with.
I could even.
Why did you
think of that?
What happened?
Why did I think of that?
No, why were you like, this is gonna suck?
I think it's disrespectful to a degree.
Yeah.
And I think people would agree with me. I mean, we are doing our best to be respectful with the topic. We're doing it. But I guess I landed the delivery better than I expected.
Okay.
I expected to kind of crash and burn on the delivery, and I rolled a 20. I did pretty well on the delivery, and you said, "All right, let's do it." And I said, all right.
Yeah. No, I think
I'm gonna throw. We don't have to go into detail on this, but I'm gonna throw just another little twist in this game that would make it a little bit more interesting too. I think one of the playable characters should be what would this person be called? Attempted assassin. I think there should be somebody else attempting to assassinate him. This person got to it first.
Could this be a werewolf style, like if you win, the killer doesn't win, but if the killer wins, you win type situation?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think you win either way. I think the idea is this person's going to win either way. The deed is done. But now the idea is get out of here.
Well, no, yeah, I think the point.
You know?
I think the point is getting caught.
No, I think the point is not getting caught.
Right, that's what I mean.
But
if you get caught,
horrible alibi to be the person who was supposed to murder him.
Right.
Like, everything's like, well, this reason and this reason, but you didn't actually do it. So
Right.
so you kind of, that throws a twist into the whole, well, is he the real one or is he the, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the minion from Werewolf.
Yeah, but the minion is working with the werewolf. I think this guy should be like, no, fuck that dude.
Yeah.
He did it, and then the real killer's like, no, well, fuck you.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that similar to Werewolf, there's not one winner unless the bad guy wins, you know?
Yeah.
I think that, and it's got to be a limited number of rounds, right? Because obviously,
In that situation, actually, sorry, last thing. In that situation, the killer wins, and everybody else loses.
right.
That's cool.
Right. Yeah, I think either, you know, similar to Werewolf, I think either the killer wins and everyone else lost, or, you know, through conversation, maybe you kill the wrong person, but you eventually get the right person. All the people who are dead lose. The killer loses. Everyone else wins.
Yeah.
No, I think that's good. I partway through you talking about when you were like, one last thing. I remembered that the next part of this is coming up with a name for this game.
Yes. Lincoln. Who killed Lincoln?
That sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Lincoln can be in the title.
Lincoln.
I think that
Foul play at the Ford Theater. It's too long.
that's where he was killed. You know the name of the theater where he was killed?
Yeah.
Is it still standing?
I don't know.
Oh. Now I'm on Wikipedia. I want to know about when he was killed. Well, it's probably in presidency because that definitely ended with his death.
There goes Abe.
You are with these like cheeky little like you are making it less respectful.
I'm sorry.
No. God, this is a long Wikipedia article. I just want to know what play he was watching.
Oh, that's an interesting.
He was watching Our American Cousin is the name of the play. Sorry, I said plane. So the name of the play was Our American Cousin. The theater was the Ford Theater.
Could it be Our American Murder?
That's where my mind went to.
Is that a little disrespectful?
No? I mean, the whole thing.
No, I know. The whole from start to finish. Not a great idea.
I don't know. I don't know if this is exactly what you said earlier, but I'm kind of digging Murder at the Ford Theater.
I said foul play at the Ford Theater, but that's
okay.
a bit long.
I think Murder at the Ford Theater. I like that a lot. I don't know about you.
We can do that.
Okay.
Ooh, one last mechanic.
Okay.
What if it's not always Abraham Lincoln? What if they fuck up and they kill like Mrs. Lincoln?
And because we're already doing alternate history, so fuck it. If that happens, someone plays as Lincoln.
Yeah.
And Lincoln is overpowered.
Honest. Oh.
I don't care the specific mechanics, but I think that Lincoln should be a little bit like
OP.
Oh, you got like everyone's jealous that you got Lincoln.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That changes the game, I think. And it also changes the new narrative that we have with that fits better with our title.
Yeah. Well, that's what made me think of it.
Because Murder at Ford Theater is of course a reference to it's it's vague enough that interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, you like that?
I do like that.
Cool. I think this might be one of our best ones.
Let me write it down before I forget, because sometimes I forget to do that. So we got Party. Title first.
Abraham Lincoln Party Game.
Murder at Ford Theater or Murder at the Ford Theater? I think Murder at Ford Theater.
Okay.
And then we got Abraham Lincoln. Just autocorrect to Lincoln. Jesus. And then Party. Cool. That was game number 12 for good old Thunder and Lightning.
That was a good one.
Is that our best one yet? That might be our best one yet.
It's one of the better ones, if not the best. You got 2 4s. 2 4s was okay.
2 4s.
2 4s was a save. That was we saved 2 4s.
Well, the best part of that is the name.
Yeah. What would you say? Looking at that list, I don't have the list.
We've got the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure one that's title is Lost to Time. We've got Blockbusters. We've got You Shooters, kind of the same naming convention. We've got the Courage the Cowardly Dog video game. We've got Vacation Station, which I think should have been called Teleportation Vacation Station.
No, you're right. You're right.
We've got the Power Rangers racing game. We've got This Video Game Smells Like My Vagina. We've got 2 4s. We've got My Hero Academia Hidden Chapter. We've got the Trials of the Worthy, which is the one I did with Dr. Payne about Norse mythology. We've got EQ Sports. It's in the main. Did we really call it that? God fucking damn it. And then we've got Murder at the Ford Theater. I think this might be our best one yet.
Yeah, I think this might be the best one.
Don't bet on black, We rolled up and the universe, the random generator that is Chris's mind, generated us the shit end of the stick. And we crushed it.
Yeah,
we knocked
I think
it out
you did
of the
a good
park.
job.
Murder at Ford Theater. Get it on Switch 2024.
It's actually out now. Oh, 2024. I was going to pull the old it's out now.
We've been developing it this whole time while we've been talking because it's just that easy. Thank you for listening to the Thunder and Lightning Gaming News Podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Go check us out on Twitch. That'd be twitch.tv/Thunder and Lightning Gaming. If you're watching this, if you're listening, watching this, whatever the day comes out, you just missed probably the finale of Resident Evil. And this Wednesday, and by we I mean me, I'm doing more Shovel Knight. So get hyped for that. And is there anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. Then, without any more ado, until next time, I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
And go play a video game. Thank you for listening and watching. And if you like what you see, please be sure to subscribe.
Our channel is daily uploads from podcasts to video essays, let's plays to skits.
Be sure to find us on Twitch and Patreon.
Our theme song is Sunny Day by Froggy and the Friendship, and our Let's Play intro is Sunny Bit by the same band.
Link to all these in the description below. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.